Hello, boy.
Of the league.
And there it is, the final whistle, and they're out. It's all over. Oh, it's a sad moment, this. Who would want to be a football manager?
Managers can only watch and wait and hope. Come on, Giggsy! Stephen, go and get the ball!
This is almost fantasy football. Let's look up the next thing.
Welcome once again to Fantasy Football. This week we'll be showing you how to play Fantasy Football again, because apparently last week none of you understood it.
And we'll be meeting guest managers Karren, Brady and Bob Mortimer.
And later in Phoenix from the Flames we'll be recreating one of Jeff Astl's most disputed goals.
And we'll be saying a big hello to Martin Chivers.
Hello, I'm Martin Chivers.
Hello! But first, a few things we've noticed from watching football this week. Who was sending Mike Walker begging letters during last Saturday's match against Swindon?
Mr. Walker, please don't score any more goals. And Peter Reid firmly denied rumours that he left Southampton because of sexual harassment by the club commissioner.
And Frank Skinner will be doing his very fine impression of sometime presenter of Match of the Day, the bloke who does it when Des Lynam is off, Ray Stubbs. And lastly, this clip, which we're showing for no other reason than in it, you can very clearly see Graham Kelly's pants. There they are. Well worth it. Now, fantasy football, for those who don't already know, is a game for all those people who have sat on the terraces and thought, why is Mal Donaghy in my team?
Not Mal Donaghy specifically, though.
Well, no, not Mal Donaghy per se. Any player that you personally wouldn't pick. Because in Fantasy League, you build your own team.
Fantasy Football League Rules Guide. Last week we saw how our Fantasy Football League was made up of 15 teams managed by celebrity guests featuring players from the real-life Carling Premiership. Scoring is based entirely on events in the Premier League. 3 points are awarded to any player who scores a goal in real life. 2 points are awarded for an assist, that's to any player supplying the last touch that leads to a goal. 4 points go to any defender or goalkeeper whose Premiership side keeps a clean sheet. But Fantasy League managers can lose points too. Each goal conceded by a defender or goalkeeper in the Premiership means 1 point is deducted from their fantasy team's overall total. Each Fantasy League team earns a weekly points total, and the team with most points at the end of the season becomes the BBC Two Fantasy League champions.
Now look, you've been sitting on Bonetti again.
What, you mean the cat?
Well, yeah, I do. Of course, Peter Bonetti was called the cat because of his superior jumping ability.
And also because if ever he pissed on a plant, it just died straight away. Now, last week, you'll remember I was top of the Fantasy League, David was joint 5th with Roy Hattersley, and Mandy Smith was bottom of the table with no points at all.
But this week, Sun columnist Richard Littlejohn's gone top with the 3rd clean sheet in a row from David Seaman, and a goal and 2 assists from Everton's John Ebrell.
I've dropped like a stone to 7th place as my team produced the only minus total of the week, thanks to goals conceded by Tim Flowers, Steve Staunton and West Ham's Tim Breaker.
In the relegation zone, Mandy Smith finally gets some points after clean sheets from Dorigo of Leeds and Brightwell of Ipswich, but a whole host of goals given away, including 2 through the clammy fingers of Neville Southall, means she stays firmly at the bottom.
But the manager of the week is Sue Johnston! look at how Sue became Manager of the Week. She got
a clean sheet from Tony Coton.
Whoa! A clean sheet from Rob Jones.
Hurrah! A clean sheet from Nigel Winterburn.
Yes!
But hold on, didn't Tottenham concede a goal? And didn't West Ham concede 3?
Yes. Now you're supposed to boo those bits. So I'm getting a bit keen on this.
But Matthew Le Tissier scored a penalty. I've always said he should play for England.
Don't start with that Matthew Le Tissier for England stuff again. Then there was an assist from Kevin Gallagher.
Hooray! And not just an assist from Tony Cottee, but 1 goal.
Dear Tony Cottee, things aren't going too well for me at the moment.
2 goals.
Dear Mr. Cottee, I don't know if you remember me, but I wrote to you about 20 minutes ago.
In fact, 3 goals in total.
Mr. Cottee, your 3 goals. I don't know if you've ever played in the Ensley First Division, but it's not nice.
Bringing up a grand total of 24 points.
Sue Johnston, didn't she do well? And thanks to Stato there, the Fantasy League statistician.
While you're there,
helping us
who was
out
the
there.
first England player ever to be sent off?
Alan Mullery in the '68 Euro champs against Yugoslavia and Rome.
No, you can't beat him.
You just cannot beat him, can you?
Annoys me sometimes.
Anyway, where's the guest managers?
Oh, I don't know. Let's watch some football while we're waiting.
Oh no, look, I've said this before, right?
Yeah, I know. They always turn up at the most crucial moment. But,
Yeah,
you
but
know.
they will, trust me.
And Le Tissier beats 1, beats 2, and goodness me, Terry Venables is running on the pitch, brandishing some form of emblazoned headgear. Is Matthew Le Tissier about to get his first England?
What did I say? What did you say? What did I say? What did you say? On the cat as well. Oh, it's all going wrong. Hey, he's got Mortimer.
All right, Bob, sit down. We're just watching some football, just for a second.
Very important bit here.
No, don't worry about me. Just hold on.
And the Southampton team are all hugging Matthew Le Tissier. They're crowding round him. And even the club commissioner is on the pitch. And oh my God, he seems to be trying to...
Oh! To see what he was going to do there. Listen, doesn't it always happen, Bob? You're all right with that coat.
Oh, look, it's Karren Brady. Yeah, well, I didn't know they were going to throw toilet rolls. No one told me.
Well, that was him.
Yeah? No, it was just a... All right, Stutz!
Hello, do you have children,
First ever friend. Just ask him anything you like.
Stutz, are you surfing your children?
So, Karren, you are managing director of Birmingham City.
I am, yeah.
What does that mean? What does the managing director do?
Makes money, actually, so the manager can spend it.
Really? Right.
Yeah.
On players that aren't any good. Cruel but fair.
Unfair.
No, well, sorry, just going by results, you know, that's just...
It's a blip at the moment.
How did you get into that? How did you get into
Were you
being...
a football fan as a I mean,
Yeah, I was, well, I am an Arsenal fan. And, I've been going there for years since I was small. And when
you've got that sort of furrowed brow.
Yeah.
Someone who's watched a lot of
when I was smaller.
years of study in the offside track club. So who was your heroes when you was a wee girlie?
None really.
None. Well, that's Arsenal. You went and you just didn't like any of the players. That's brilliant.
Did you have a player, Callum? Yourself?
No. of. I didn't have the thighs for it.
No, you do need thighs.
You do need it.
It's quite rare, isn't it, in male-dominated sports for a woman to be in a position of control.
Well, there was that woman who was involved in boxing.
Oh, I forgot about her.
Yeah, there she is. Did you take your lead from her at all? From
No.
I'd like to see them turn her away from the director's room at Notts County. She'd have knocked their heads in.
What happened at Notts County?
Yeah,
they wouldn't let you in.
What's going on with
No,
Notts
they did.
County?
They did invite me in. I got a bit blown out of proportion. They invited me in, but the chairman proceeded to tell me with the old finger how grateful and honoured I should be to be invited into their ballroom, being a woman, and that his own wife is not even allowed in. So I
She's
said,
not
well,
even a woman.
yeah, so I said, well, I'll wait outside.
You actually waited outside, right in the corridor?
Well, no, they have like a bar for the sort of lesser people. So
Women, you mean?
Yeah. No, just for like just people who are not directors. So I waited in there. So
Right.
we all came out in.
You weren't tempted to punch him in the face or anything like that?
No, not really. I mean, he's an old man, you know.
Right.
It's never stopped me.
Thank you. So you're about the. I mean, in Birmingham, you're probably the most famous person associated with Birmingham City at the moment, aren't you? You're sort of like, you've got a very high profile there.
In Birmingham, yeah. I mean, it's I'm in the papers all the time for various bits and pieces. But I mean, I don't really get involved with the team on a day-to-day basis. That's the manager's job, and I don't interfere with that at all. So.
Does Jasper Carrot still go away?
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
He's a funny fella,
He
isn't
is funny. he's a lovely guy.
Yeah.
He's really very nice. Yeah.
But where did your interest in football start?
I can't really remember, you know, I just liked the big crowds, you know, and being away from my
But you're a
parents.
Middlesbrough fan, aren't you?
We used to have big crowds.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Big or big?
What was the first game you went to?
It was World Cup North Korea versus Italy.
Was it really? Well, I think we may have a bit of that.
I think we have got it. Here we are.
There you go. And this is Pak Do-ik about to score for North Korea. There he goes.
Yes. That's the old end there.
Do-ik. And I think, Bob, if you look closely, we've actually managed to spot you in the crowd there. You see it sitting on the barrier with you? With your white socks on.
That's not me, that's my legs, that.
Oh,
My dad had put a tourniquet on me.
I'm terribly sorry about that. You didn't have any thighs?
No, I had the thighs, but well, you know, I had shorts on. And the whiteness was because there was no blood in my legs due to the tourniquet.
Well, I'm really sorry we brought attention to it now. I feel
And I never
terrible.
saw carrots either.
Did you meet Pak Do-ik at all while you were there?
No, he didn't bother to come over, which surprised me.
So let's have a look at your team, Karren. Let's have a look at that. There it is. It's called Blue Nose City. Why is it called that?
Well, people who are avid Birmingham supporters are called Blue Noses. So
Are
I
they?
thought it would be quite nice to call it Blue Nose City.
Right.
Nothing sexual, I'm afraid.
Well, I never thought it was. What sort of sexual thing involves having a blue nose? Right?
I find that I can develop a bit of a blue nose after doing about 10 minutes doing that. It's called a Ray Stubbs blue nose. Have you heard of that?
I don't want to talk about
once rushed into hospital. actually.
Well, who's been your best players so far?
Well, Mark from Chelsea.
Mark,
he's
are you
done
on
really
first
well.
name terms with him? That's,
Well,
do you know him?
his brother is my assistant manager.
Oh, really?
So Mark's done really well.
Mark
Dalian-
Steen we're talking about.
Yes, Mark Steen.
right.
So Dalian Atkinson. Dalian Atkinson's come on with a late run. He's done
Yeah.
well. Lee Dixon, obviously. Arsenal's defence is obviously the best in the division. They've done really well. So generally, you know, they're all doing quite well.
I must ask you, Karren.
I know what you're going to ask.
Is
me,
it
but-
true?
Yeah, it's
Is it true that
Yeah,
you
it's
said to
true.
Ron
Yeah.
Atkinson, did he have any
Well,
problems
it's-
about picking his son Dalian?
It sounds worse than it is. When I first took over at Birmingham, Doug, who's the chairman of Aston Villa, invited me over for lunch.
These first names. So Doug Ellis, for anyone who doesn't know.
Sorry. The chairman of Aston Villa invited me for lunch, so I went with my then manager Terry Cooper and Doug and Ron. The four of us were having lunch, and I was flicking through a programme, And I was looking down and I saw Daily Next. Now I didn't, I don't profess to know all footballers. And I said, "Oh, is this your son?"
Right.
To which Ron replied, "Yes." So I thought it must be wonderful for you having, your son. and everyone was going, "Oh, Karren, shut up." Yeah.
That was very naughty of Ron to say yes.
Very naughty.
And did you then tell him that you thought he was really good in Mr. Bean? Actually, Karren, I think we've got a clip of Daly and Atkinson in action. Let's see.
No, oh.
That's the wrong clip.
That's
that's it. Well, that's a terrible mistake.
We just got mixed up. What was that?
I think we
Birmingham
accidentally
City.
showed Birmingham City get knocked out the cup
By a non-league side.
Kidderminster,
Part-time was he working carpet factories?
Yeah, I'm not going to that happen. That's obviously a bit of a gremlin. Karren, if looks could kill. Now, have we? I think we have really got a clip of Daly and Atkinson, and it is worth seeing.
He's done well. He's got Saunders away to his right.
Go.
But he's got a bit of a run on here, Atkinson.
Brilliant, I love
this. It's a great run. Now, what about the finish?
One of the best goals ever.
That's fabulous, isn't it?
It's brilliant, brilliant.
He's a good player.
I wonder who his dad is.
I don't know. Must be very proud.
John Lewie, who knows?
So that's what about Bob's team? Can we have Bob's team up? Let's have a look at that. No, that's your team. Now they're called the Beg Tets.
Yeah.
Now, does that just mean big tits?
No, beg tets.
Oh, right.
Do you not like beg tets then?
No, I like big tits, but
I mean, I actually prefer a little Frenchie or an African tube, but beg tets it was.
it's not a great team. Oh, I don't know. It's a great name. It's all right. You just bought Kiwomya.
Yeah.
What's he? You just bought him now. Did he cost you any money?
I can't remember. I think he might have.
He's a very good scorer in Scrabble, though.
He's good, isn't he?
And worth buying just for that, I think.
I've got
all your players are injured.
Yeah,
because Hurst is injured and Warhurst is injured.
That's right. But so I bought him in just to cover this difficult period,
Oh, Karren is second at the moment, so she's doing all right. And you got Paul Merson in the side. He doesn't really play that often, does he?
No, he doesn't. But I'm hoping he might get sold.
He does this though. He does.
He does it very
You
well.
get no points for that though.
He does it very well.
Yeah, he does do it very well.
And a lot of people think that Paul Merson looks like Gérard Depardieu.
He does though, doesn't he?
He does a bit.
Especially that bit in Cyrano de Bergerac, when Cyrano starts going like that.
When he finds out he's dropped.
Yeah, that bit. Well, he's probably going to be all right with Merson, because I think eventually someone's going to come in and buy him. He's not going to stay on the Arsenal.
I very much doubt George will sell him. But
George.
George
Perhaps Dog will go in for it.
I wouldn't mind buying him actually. Are you interested in selling him?
I don't think George is selling to you.
Not really.
Well, I want him round the house.
I was trying to.
Would he drink you out of house and home?
Shut up.
Sorry, Karren.
I offered Sue 5 million plus Paul Merson for Nigel Winterburn.
Did you?
Yeah, she turned me down. Yeah.
Oh no, there's a rumour going around within Fantasy League that you'll spend crazy money. But it's like to get a phone call saying, look, she'll buy anything.
Well, we should explain at this point that when you pick your Fantasy League team, you're given 20 million at the auction, but to last you to the rest of the season, you're given another 5 million, and that's got to last you until the end. And you want to spend it in one go.
Yeah, but I have got quite a good squad, so I've got backup players for each position almost.
God, she's a managing director.
I'm quite safe. Obviously, I've got 2 spare strikers. I've got a couple of spare defenders, all of whom are playing at the moment. So if I have a few injuries, I'm all right in my own squad. So I'd like to have bought another Arsenal defender.
It's only a game, you know.
She'll be advertising for a manager before the end of the week, wouldn't be surprised. Do you know, I don't know if you're aware of this, that you can actually go into a Ladbrokes betting shop and have a bet on the Fantasy League? I think we've actually got a show of betting for this week. And there you are, Karren, favourite.
Favourite with Sun columnist Richard Littlejohn, who's top at the moment. And
Bob is a rank outsider.
Rank outsider.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought that with Ferdinand and Hurd and Hurst.
That's Hurd. That wouldn't be a rank outsider.
I think with a side pattern like that, I bet you can do a glance and header.
You can have a bet, do you think? No. We're in the Racing Post as well. Every week, yeah, the Racing Post.
Well, I always get it, so
yeah.
It's not often you get a good review in the Racing Post.
There is, the Racing Post thing.
The Racing Post, have any excuse to show a picture of Mandy Smith in the Racing Post. They used a picture of her last week for the 2:30 at Lingfield. Just up sales, apparently. And now, it's time for Phoenix from the Flames. This week, the goal that many people think cost Leeds the championship in 1971, scored by Jeff Astle.
Yeah, didn't you make a fool of yourself when you met him, eh?
I didn't make a fool of myself.
Oh, yes you did, it was embarrassing.
I'll just shut up, will you? It's watchy.
Okay, here we are, Jeff. What this is Ellen Road, 17th of April 1971. So take us through the crucial goal.
Well, Bobby Holt passed the ball to Tony Brown, and Tony Brown ran downfield, passing Colin Suggett, who was a good 20-30 yard offside, but he wasn't interfering with play.
Right, you're sure he wasn't?
The referee was sure, that's why I said play on.
The referee was
Ray Tinkler.
Ray Tinkler. So he was probably always on the phone, wasn't he, Jeff? Eh? Ray Tinkler. Yeah, anyway, okay. What we'll do is I'll be Bomber Brown. Okay. Frank, you be Colin Suggett. You knocked it in past
Gary Sprake.
Past Gary Sprake. So, have you got anyone who can be Gary Sprake?
My wife will be Gary Sprake.
Your wife? Excellent. And
I'll be Jeff Astle.
You be Jeff Astle.
Good idea.
Come on.
Jeff Astle.
Yes, and you're Colin Suggett.
Oh, Colin Suggett.
Not really. Just in this, all right?
Oh, and you're Bomber Brown.
Play Barry Davis.
Pass intercepted, but Suggett is offside.
What are you doing?
I'm not interfering with play. I'm seeking to gain advantage by being in an offside position.
Let's take it from the top. Barry Davis!
Pass intercepted, but Suggett is offside. The referee waving him on.
I'm shouting and all sorts going on. I can't even think. What was she saying?
Brown is going straight through, taking on Sprake. And the goal by Astle. Leeds will go mad, and they've every right to go mad.
Every right to do this, you know.
Leeds have every justification for going mad.
Okay, Jeff, so then what happened?
Well, there's just a big pitch invasion.
Frank, pitch invasion!
Cooper still complaining to Ray Tinkler, the referee.
Oh, I'm sorry, love. There's some bloke saying something about me getting glasses or something. Do you be mind? I'm trying to use the telephone. Right, now, get this right. 50 quid on Arsenal for the champions.
That is going to be a decision which will be talked about for years.
Well, Zorg, that Colin Suggett was definitely offside. Jog, I shan't tell you again, he was offside, but he wasn't interfering with play. Well, speaking as head of the Intergalactic Alpha Centaurian Premiership, I always thought that Astor was offside as well. I've had enough.
Do you remember that goal, Bob?
I remember Jeff Astle. It looked like he was a barrel of laughs.
Oh, sorry. Hello? Yeah, okay. Yeah, it was just a joke, obviously. Right. It's Ray Tinkler. You were saying, Bob?
Was I?
Yeah, do you not remember it?
No, I don't remember that.
Oh,
no, I remember the control. Shit!
Oh, that's the postman.
It sounded like a beast, didn't it? Oh dear. If you want to send us any letters, we asked for this last week, but we forgot to give you an address, which is very clever of us. We'll give an address at the end of the show, but do send us a letter if you think of anything about football you want to tell us. What have we got this week?
Well, we've got a letter.
Who's it from?
This is from Charlie Hughes of London, right? And he says, Dear Frank and David, I'm putting together a coaching video. Have you got a clip of a perfectly executed diving header?
Oh yeah, I think we have. And then little bonus there, Graham Kelly's pants again at the end of that.
I could watch Graham Kelly's pants, or Graham, as you probably call it.
Yeah.
Do you know Graham
pants, as you call
He's
it?
been to the club once, I think, this season to watch a game
Did
with
you
his
see
wife.
his pants, or not?
No, actually, no, I didn't.
That must have been a bit of a disappointment. Sorry, I've gone a bit.
One mention of Graham Kelly's pants, and you're a gibbering fool.
No, it was Bob's reaction to the letter. It's still
Oh dear. Anyway, let's look forward to this weekend's games, because there's some games that are very relevant to us managers gathered here. I should think probably the most relevant one is that Chelsea Villa one.
Yeah, I got my goalkeeper trying to keep out my forward.
Bosnich, yeah?
Yeah, Mark Bosnich.
But you've also got Steen.
Yes, so...
it's kind of a dilemma for you.
It is, really, but...
I heard you got some stick in Birmingham, actually, about picking 2 Villa players.
I did, yeah. It was a big thing in the local paper about my dream team having to... But Dalian wasn't very happy because I said he was like my 7th choice because everyone else went for a lot more money and he was the last one left, so apparently he weren't very happy.
So I think that's about it,
Yeah, but before you go, we've got some going away presents. For Bob, we've got a tape of me and Frank singing Pack Do Ick to our theme tune. Thank you. Over here. I'm sure you'd like that.
Can we have a burst of that?
Pack do ick, pack do ick, pack do ick, pack do ick, pack do ick.
That's you singing that, isn't it?
Yeah, that's me.
We said it was us. Well, did you expect Nick Hayward?
You couldn't afford it.
Now, we heard, and Karren, you're at liberty to deny this, that you once stopped a production meeting at the Sunday Sport, or the Daily Sport, whatever it's called now, and asked them to send you a poster of Ryan Giggs. Is that true?
Well, I did. No, I didn't. No, hang on.
Sorry, you're on that.
I asked them to send me a picture of Ryan Giggs for a colleague. It wasn't for me.
Yeah. We've heard that one before.
No, seriously.
Look, we've gone one further, because we have actually got you, at great expense, I might point out, a Ryan Giggs duvet cover. And there he is. It's a lovely, isn't that nice?
And there he is making the face that I make when I'm under my duvet.
So take that away, Karren. In fact, there's a sticker on here that says "Made in Wales, unfortunately." So take that away, and you can share your bed with Ryan Giggs, as it were. Oh God, there goes another rumour.
And I get a tape.
Yeah. It's a lovely tape.
Listen,
I would love that.
Listen, Bob, we scoured the shops for a Pack Duick duvet cover. I mean, they just don't do them. Pillowcases galore.
There's been a run on them, Frank.
Next week's guests are John Motson and Roy Hattersley. Thank you very much,
Thank you
both of you for being here. It was great. Thank you.
Thanks for turning up. Good night.
Good night.
If you want to write to us, send your letters to Fantasy Football League, P.O. Box 168, London, WC2H 9NX.
Everybody at Fantasy League was very sad to hear about the death of the great Sir Matt Busby.
We'll remember those shots of Sir Matt pulling through after the Munich air crash and